Is up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Death Ratio. It is episode 58, and it is Tuesday, April 15th at the time of recording. I'm your host, Devin Stanford, aka Brevin the Dude, and I am joined by not just one of my co-hosts, but not unfortunately, two of my co-hosts.
I was like, oh, okay.
I had to
That's
see how
good.
you'd react to that. I wanted to see what kind of face would. With that
Love that
being
for me.
said, we of course, you know, the regular Death Ratio co-host and also host half the time. We got Fire and Brimstone, as some would say, but I would always like to refer to him as my cherry blossom, Garrick Bartholomew Eaton. What is that? What is that face for? What is that reaction?
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
What's poppin', dude?
I just want
What's poppin'?
quit dating. Don't date it. Don't date the recording. We're not live recording anymore. Don't date it. Don't date the recording. It's bad form. Dating the recording is bad form. It's bad form, Devin.
What if we said that today's episode is brought to you by Tuesday, April 15th?
No, I hate that even more. It's bad form. It's bad form.
Is it?
Okay.
Is it
Okay.
though? Is it?
It
It's
is.
bad form.
It is. Yeah, apparently it is. It's bad form.
You're bad form.
You could be doing this, but you're doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking
Yeah.
of doing this
I don't
and
know.
doing
It just
that,
feels weird. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. I just feel like it feels weird.
I think you're the only person that feels weird about it. Also, you're off center
I'm
again.
definitely not.
I see his
I'm-
point. I see his
I
point.
moved.
Like, I
Like,
get
you're just
it.
gonna have to
yeah.
fucking deal with it. We're a podcast
Dude.
first. Sorry, video watchers. You're only gonna see some of my ugly fucking mug some of the fucking time.
It's funny
You'll live.
because half the time you talk, your face is just like off screen, just like half the time, and you're like, it's like I'm Two-Faced and I'm trying to hide half of it.
If I may,
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, hi, Ernell here, something for the hit podcast 20,000 Films Under the Sea. I understand that I'm a guest here tonight, but couldn't one argue that maybe saying the date might be helpful, just so that when people do listen, that they say, oh, that's the date that this news is for, right? So that way
Exactly.
they understand context, right? Like,
Yeah.
listen, I could see both sides, us over at the very classy 20,000 Films Under the Sea podcast.
You have a Gen Zer as your co-host. How is that classy? He
does great work. You know what I'm saying?
He
does
gets
great work.
hyped over chicken jockeys or whatever the fuck those are.
He does great work, and that's all we ask for over at 20,000 Films Under the Sea. We do not even do episode numbers anymore. Maybe we should do dates. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't do dates at all. We
Yeah,
continue
I
on.
kind of hate that you stopped doing episode numbers. By the way, you fucked the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
when
You
did
should do
that.
episode numbers. You fucking
Like, I don't know
dork.
why
It's
you.
just-
I don't.
It's just
I don't know why you
redundant.
did
It's just
that.
redundant.
Is
They're
it?
going
People-
I'm gonna keep
people
doing
don't-
them on the schedule.
You
People don't
know,
go and look and say, you know, I need to look at episode 68 because that's where they do the review of Warfare. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to say that.
you know.
I
people
also
could-
got the episode number wrong. You know what I'm saying?
You know, our episode numbers are very important because we talk about a lot of different things most of the time. And also,
Mm.
even the hit podcast, Gamertag Radio, they number their episodes. And they also say what date it was recorded on. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Wait, I thought I was on the Death Ratio podcast, not the Gamertag Radio.
I've literally never heard of that podcast, but it's fine.
Oh, that's like
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
work.
actually crazy. That's like the
Yeah, they
original
were like the
game.
first one.
Yeah.
dude,
They
that's-
like before like Apple Podcasts and everything. They were the gaming podcast, like the one, and they're still going. This is like Paris Lily and shit like that, you know. Also, we also have this fucking guy here. His name's fucking Ernell. He's got his hand up for some fucking reason. But yeah, say hello to fucking Ernell, guys.
Yeah, hey, Ernell from the hit podcast 20,000 Films Under the Sea. A podcast that does great content. I heard you guys. I'm here today, contrary to popular belief, not to review a game. I'm actually here because I heard you guys talking shit last week.
Not enough shit. Apparently, you're still here.
Yeah. You know, every time I hear you introduce yourself and followed up by the name of your show, I just picture a fucking cat throwing up.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. One could say that's better than a dog throwing up.
Is it though? I don't think it is,
I don't know.
actually.
I don't know. I guess the people at home will find out when they hear this episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then go watch 20,000.
Because I had to clean up cat puke yesterday and it sucked.
We can't have a single normal conversation when Ernell's around.
We can't. I was actually thinking the same thing, and I was like gonna like go into that, and then I was like, every time Ernell's here, it's chaos.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. I live on it, and you guys
but
too.
We're not here for chaos because today we are reviewing the South of the Midnights. That's right. I added words.
Oh,
deal with it. Because this is Good Kraken's Death Ratio, we're slashing through the podcast space to be your source for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live at a recorded date each and every week. If you want to get ahead of the curve, you can head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Good Kraken Pods. That's right, that changed a little bit. Where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services wherever you like to watch or listen. You can also help us level up our game by joining the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link in our description section below. Then, by subscribing to our podcast channel, by searching for Death Ratio, not that other fucking podcast or whatever the fuck Ernell calls, and leaving a review there. Or you can go leave a review on 20,000 Films and let them know that Ernell sucks.
Sure.
You can still give him 5 stars. I allow that, but just say Ernell sucks.
Yeah, you got to go give us a listen in order to do that. So that's fine.
They only have to listen to like 3 minutes.
Well, I mean, technically they don't have to listen at all, but they do have to search for us though.
Yeah.
You have to type in the name, and then boom, we're in your algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Next thing you know, you're on my family.
But you know what's already in there? You know what's already in their algorithm though? Death Ratio, because they're hearing this here on Death Ratio.
Well played, sir. Well played.
when I was filling out the play test information for fucking ARC creators, it's like, who are your favorite content creators? I was just like ACG and Eric's Gaming and a few other guys, and I was like, Good Kraken.
Nice. Love that for you.
I do like anytime I sign up for a beta test, I do say I'm a creator, and I do list Good Kraken like every single time.
Creators are still creators.
Yep,
that's right, baby.
Yeah, but you know what creators have?
What's that?
What?
You know, creators usually do some really cool things, and by really cool things is like most gaming creators, when they play games, they do these things in video games that are called critical hits.
Wow, we got there.
Good sound.
Yeah, that's a great sound. Yeah. Guys, check out goodkraken.com. That's right, goodkraken.com. That's GOODKRAKEN.com. Go see all our merchandise and latest episodes, including last week's episode of 20,000 Films, episode 59, which is the Warfare review, a movie that I still have not seen that I really want to see. Ernell, did you have a good time?
9.5 out of 10.
9.5. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I was planning
our
on
highest rated movie of the year so far.
That's awesome. How what I know I can just look this up, but do you remember the runtime off the top of your head?
I don't, but it felt very good. Honestly, maybe would have been a little bit happier than another like 10-15 minutes, but it was still fitting for
it's an hour 35.
I was gonna say like south of 2 hours.
Yeah.
One would say south of midnight.
That's right.
God.
That's right.
And you can check out the latest episode of the Shipwreck Show, which I heard was a great time. And I know why it was a great time. It's because Ernell and I weren't there.
We chilled. We had shower thoughts, and we discussed those shower thoughts. It was a good time.
without
It was
Ernell
great.
and I bickering or interrupting.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Probably.
No pissing matches involved.
Mm,
Fair enough,
mm,
sir. Fair
mm,
enough.
mm. Ernell and I don't have pissing matches. We just cross
Devin
streams.
does.
We just cross streams.
Oh.
That's it. No. And then
That's
that's
another
when the
answer to that,
actual
yeah.
pissing match happens. It's like who can break the stream the hardest?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Guys, also go check out the latest episode of Songs of the Abyss. That's right. Episode 10 of Songs of the Abyss is available on the YouTubes. And if you have a hard time finding Good Kraken pods on the YouTubes for some reason, just go to goodkraken.com. And then that's where you can get all the latest episodes. You need audio,
Right.
you need video, you need a splash damage hoodie. You want to get yourself a GKDR hat because we have a cooler hat. So that you can't argue.
Although we don't have a Songs of the Abyss section on GK yet. We have one of those. We don't have one of those. You can find it in the YouTube section in like the recent uploads.
Yeah.
But it does not have a dedicated spot. We need to fix
We need to make some Songs of the Abyssy merchandise, like maybe we can start with a flashlight.
No. Why do you guys
I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. I'm just listen. I'm just saying. Imagine a clip.
all right, let's stop.
I just want like
no,
Nice
but for real,
try.
I think we should get some dice, like a set of dice. I think that would be really cool.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
The top of the 20 is Carl.
Yeah,
What if
we
got
can.
like a beholder dildo.
Shut
Not like-
up.
No,
I
okay.
shouldn't have started this. But
Yeah, you should
like we
have
should
done
do
what you
we
did,
should
and
do
now
a
you have
custom
14
dice set that's like in the colors of
boxes.
GK, like orange with blue swirls and stuff. Would be cool.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then yeah, I also know a guy who makes these like leather dice trays, and maybe
He knows a
maybe
guy.
Yeah, dude, I always
knows
know
a
a
guy.
guy. I do.
He knows a guy. And you do. You really do. Jesus Christ, you do.
Yeah. Speaking of knowing a guy, if you're here, it's because you know us, and we no longer do live stream GK pods anymore. Obviously, if you're listening to this, we are no longer streaming our podcasts on Twitch. We will be there, maybe. I don't know, but we will be live streaming on occasion with splash damage and with live events such as the Game Awards, the Xbox Showcase that's coming up in June. We'll be doing that. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Are you guys actually interested in the fact that they're doing a whole showcase afterwards for Outer Worlds 2 this time instead of it being Call of Duty?
Maybe.
Garrick, did you play Outer Worlds at all?
Your mother? Yes, I did. I did play
Nice, you
Outer
fucking
Worlds.
got him, dude. You fucking got him, dude.
I got him. No, I did play Outer Worlds. Actually, I thought it was entirely too short. Then got really kind of frustrated with all the shit they released, like entirely too long after the game had released, in my personal opinion. But I digress. I really did like my time with it. I played like an Unga Bunga dude. I was stupid as shit.
Yeah.
Melee. It was really fun. I'm actually looking forward to this. I don't know that Outer Worlds 2 getting like its own showcase is like. I don't know that it needs that, but if maybe it does.
I think because the first one was released as like a AA game, because it was recently done under 505 Games is who published the first one. So I think with the fact that they're doing a showcase, I think they're just going to show how much larger of a game it is, like the scope of what of how big the game is now, which I'm interested in that. So
I've
be
got
cool
some
to get
scope
deep.
for you.
We're back on Patreon.
We sure
Do it.
We are. Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Patreon.com/Good Kraken Pods. Go check it out.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Yep,
Goddamn.
yep.
Feels good.
I think it's time we go into our next segment. And Garrick, what is that?
Garrick, what is
We're gonna do a thing where we're gonna line up something in like the side of our eye. And we're gonna like look at it and shit.
One would say
And
it
we're
may
gonna
be a
talk-
scope.
yeah, maybe a scope. It could just be like your old natural peeper though. Like maybe you're just really, maybe you're really good with that sort of thing. Or maybe your vision's not so great and you got to wear like corrective lenses, or you soft lenses if you're into that sort of deal and you prefer that over like that other sort of thing. But you
My
can do
doctor-
that. But we're not talking about any of that actually. We're just gonna talk about video games that are coming out this week.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're talking about video game releases from the as of this recording, April 15th to
Yeah.
April 21st.
Yeah. Whatever.
See,
Whatever.
dates matter.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, he fucking got you, Garrick. He got you.
What the fuck ever, right?
And I'll tell you what, there is a lot of fucking things coming out this week. A lot of fucking games. All right. Dude, who knew that games were still coming out on the fucking Xbox One? Because today, on April 15th, we got Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy on Xbox One. That is all it came out for today, is the fucking Xbox,
Xbox One exclusive
game.
in 2025 is
I
ridiculous.
know.
Or is this some sort of backwards port?
Oh, okay. It's not a backwards port. It is a forwards port. This is a very old game by THQ Nordic. This originally came out on the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube.
Is it like a 3D platformer?
It says it's an action game. It was originally released back in 2003.
Love that.
Yeah. It was also released on PS4.
I have like the vaguest of vague memories of this.
I do too,
Vegas?
actually.
Yeah, I think I played it on GameCube.
Yeah, it was on GameCube. We got some more things out today. Actually, we got Lost Records of Bloom and Rage Tape 2. I know Ernell was waiting for that one.
I finished the first one. I'm ready to go.
Hell yeah. We got Lush Foil Photography Sim. Then we got Monument Valley and Monument Valley 2 on the Switch. And that's it for April 15th. And then we're going to go on to April 17th. We have Bionic Bay for PS5 and PC. What is that? Bionic Bay.
Like Bay as in like
Bay,
little
Bay.
thing of ocean, or like babe?
Bay. Like a thing of ocean, I think is what it means.
Like is it B-A-Y or B-A-E?
B-A-Y. Like a bay of ocean.
Okay, so it is straight up a bay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, no. It's straight up a bay.
For sure, dude.
Then we also got Gorn 2 on the PSVR 2 at Quest and PC. What? There's a game apparently coming out on April 17th called iRobot.
Looks nothing like iRobot.
It looks nothing like iRobot. How did this get through like fucking
I thought that same thing. I have no idea.
It's a shooter. It is a shooter game. iRobot will be on the Xbox Series consoles, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. No PS5 release. Damn, how does that feel, or no?
It's fun.
What, the great hit iRobot game of the year? No.
If it was straight up an iRobot game, I'd maybe feel some kind of way about it. But
I know.
It's not. So
I was hoping
okay.
it was. You know what is coming to PS5 though on the 17th?
Games.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Wow, bad time. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Took them a while. Took them
Yeah.
long enough. You know what I'm saying?
And then we also have Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. That comes out on the 17th as well. And I kind of like the artwork. It's an action game. Don't recognize the publisher or the developer myself. It is a single player game. Let's see here. It is a side-scrolling game. And it actually looks really cool.
I think it's a Metroidvania.
It is. It is a Metroidvania side-scroller high fantasy action game. So, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I might check that one out, to tell you the truth. Then we got Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds Ultimate on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. It's literally coming out for everything. And then we also have Rusty Rabbit on PS5, Switch, and PC. And then we have Tempopo on Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Tempopo. They were close to just... they could have just added 2 more O's and call it Tempoopoo. But, pee-pee poo-poo.
Honest Popo.
Then we have Lunar Remastered Collection on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. How are we getting all these PS4 and Xbox One releases this month? What is going on here?
Great question, Devin.
Those are very old consoles now. Like, those consoles came out like fucking almost 15 years ago.
Been a minute.
It's true.
Yeah. And then we got let's see, do we have anything else? No, but it's at the start of next week. There's apparently a game called Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3, which means there was 2 more before it.
Love that, bro.
What fucking kind of game is this?
It's gonna be a gamer, man.
It's PC. It's a puzzle game.
Sure sounds like it.
That tracks.
Sure sounds like it.
And those game releases were all brought to us by Game Informer. Fucking back in power, baby. I love that.
Feels good, man. We missed them.
Yeah,
Yep. Speaking of missing things. I miss the feeling of the very first time I saw Endgame in theaters. That's right. But we're in the Endgame now. We're in the Endgame. Guys, we have a special thing going on today because we're going to talk about a very special game. I unfortunately have only spent a couple hours in this game because I have had a hectic week myself. I know Garrick's been partaking in this game, and to my knowledge, Ernell finished this game. Like,
oh yeah,
we both have. We both have. Yeah. Garrick beat it before I did.
Perfect. Well, Garrick and Ernell are going to be telling us about their experiences with the new compulsion game, South of Midnight.
Right, baby.
That's right. Yep. So South of Midnight was not Lonely Mountains. South of Midnight was developed by Compulsion Games, published by Xbox Game Studios. Previous titles by Compulsion Games were Contrast and We Happy Few.
Have played.
Yeah, I have not played either. I've seen We Happy Few around a lot.
I heard it's a good game.
Yeah, it's what isn't that game just like kind of like sneaking and trying to escape people?
It is a story-driven game where you're basically forced to like use forms of social stealth while also managing like a drug that like basically makes it so you see the world all quite literally rainbows and butterflies, so you don't see reality as reality. So you have to like maintain like you have to like take this drug to like make yourself happy enough to be passing to the society, but not take enough of it to like lose yourself to be able to like solve the overall mystery. It's a very interesting game. It is nothing at all like South of Midnight. They're completely very different games.
Very different games, yeah.
Okay. Sweet. And so South of Midnight released April 8th, 2025. It released on PC and Xbox slash Game Pass. So yeah, you can play this game on Game Pass. So a little synopsis for the people listening and or watching here. South of Midnight is a new action adventure from Compulsion Games. Explore the mythos and confront mysterious creatures of the Deep South in this modern folk tale while learning to weave an ancient power to surmount obstacles and unravel your family's hidden paths. So, which one of you guys want to go first?
Mr. Hostman, I would like you to decide for us, sir.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? You sure about that?
No, but you're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, you're probably gonna do it anyways.
No, that's why I asked. I tried to be considerate.
Nah.
I mean, I can go since you guys have
Go,
me
Ernell.
on. Like,
Go.
I guess I can go.
Mr.
Okay,
Esteemed guest of the classless 20,000 Films podcast.
Not
we better.
classless, just low class.
Gary's
That's
cooking
fair.
tonight, man. Yeah, dude, South of Midnight. So I had heard about this game for the first time actually through a homegirl known as Picacholita. She was a Twitch streamer for a long time, a content creator for even longer, and then got hired by Compulsion Games in the process of them getting ready to start up this game. And over the course of time, she was loosely talking about it. Not too loose, but was talking about this game that her and the team were working on. And then the day that this game was announced, she put out a post early in the morning and said, ta-da, here's the game that we're working on. Check this out. And I remember seeing it being like, oh, fuck, that looks really sick. We saw the announcement for it and I was like, oh, yo, this is the fucking game, dude. And I didn't realize like they were going to be playing ball in that way. So I was super fucking stoked going into this, and all of us have been talking about going into this game for a really long time because we were like, that looks fucking sweet. I kicked off this game and was so fucking happy because the beginning of this game starts off with a very, very cool opening intro video thing every single time you fire up the game that leads into the main menu that looks like a fucking Tim Burton movie.
Yep.
And it is immaculate. The lighting is stunning. The character art is stunning. And even just right off the cuff, I was like, God damn, are they starting this game good, dude? Devin, your hand was up.
Yeah, when I started this game up for the first time, my jaw was like dropped. I was just like, this looks amazing. This looks
nuts,
fantastic. It feels cinematic, like right off the cuff.
It does, yeah, it does. And for people at home that don't know, this game is running on 1s and 2s the same way that Spider-Verse did, or like claymation movies do, where they are doing picturesque movements based on frames. And it looks really fucking cool in a video game. Who would have thought? But this game is phenomenal. I had a really, really good time with this game. This is a very cool, creative 3D platformer that also kind of plays as an action game, a la God of War, and even takes some very obvious inspiration from games like God of War or Dante's Inferno, those sort of like open-ish action games that are, kind of on rails. And they put this really cool, interesting Southern skin over the top of it and just rinsed everything else of it in Louisiana, Cajun, Creole, folklore, and magic, and wonder, and culture, and everything about this game is just oozing with heart and style. I think that this game's very interesting because the things that it does incredibly well have very little to do with the gameplay of the game. The things that I do have some issues with the game are mostly just things that I kind of was like left wanting more. Where they, for example, they kind of keep you from getting too powerful, right? You kind of feel at odds for a majority of the game, and you never start to kind of dig into like a really grander power fantasy. I kind of got my ass kicked for a majority of this game, and I was playing on normal mode. The battle mechanics in this game aren't clunky. They're not weird. They don't not feel good. But the enemies in this game will beat your ass. And unless you have like really good timing and like you have this figured out and like how to combo this and like there's some things that they introduced in the very beginning of the game that I actually forgot about until near the end of the game on how to do, even including like jumping in the air twice and slamming down. Like there's different just sort of like move sets that you can do that I was like, oh shit, that's right, I forgot I could do that by the time I was at like the second to last boss. And then use it. I was like, okay, great, dude, that's awesome. uh I think that my feelings on this mostly are that I very much enjoyed this for its story and the way that it was written and the just overall creativity of it, from the creature and character design all the way down to just like the culture it had behind it. Because like I never have delved into like Southern culture or Southern folklore or Southern like mythology or anything like that. And this game sort of being my first time experiencing any of this shit, any of it. I don't know what the fuck a Rougarou is. None of it. No, none. And I went into this game and was like, well, I'll be. I'm feeling Southern now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was fucking in it, dog. I'm telling you, dude, this world is so fucking rad, man. It's so rad because everything is so colorful and bluesy and just like and just has so much like love and respect put into the story that so many other studios just like they do, but like not in this sort of way. Like this was a very obviously a project of love for everyone at the studio. And it like down to like the voice casting, which the voice actors were fucking phenomenal in this game. Like I mentioned, the character, the costume design, the creature design, the environmental design, everything feels like a bunch of people from the South got together or like, let's fucking make a video game, y'all. And they just fucking did it, dude. And they just like made this really cool story. And there's something about this game that I feel is so charming, that a lot of games these days uh either have or don't have, right? It's the sauce, right? Like they either have like this crazy imagination that you can just feel while you're experiencing the game, because that's what this game feels like. It's just pure bred imagination. The writer just had a bunch of toys in front of him and just said, fuck it, let's go, y'all. And they all just started finicking around, smashing them together. It was really fucking cool, dude. Devin, your hand again. Sorry.
Um, I think this is probably like one of the strongest releases that Xbox has had underneath like their umbrella lately. Like I think this is
I I want to agree. I want so badly in me. I want to agree because this bare bones as a title, as a video game, is a good game. I don't think Xbox marketed it well, and I don't think we were in the right political climate for it. Because unfortunately, this game is still being shat on.
I will say it is sitting very positive on Steam right now.
It is. It is. It is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thankfully, the fucking losers weren't gathered and gammoned together to go fucking review bomb the shit out of this game. Thankfully, that is not the case here. Unfortunately, there are still people that are like, the you know, the ones that were like, go make your own video games, quit race twisting our characters and stuff like that. And then, you know, they make a game that is purely 100% a black culture fucking game, and they made the main character black and said we'll give her a black story, and they're still fucking complaining.
Yeah, they're
So
always gonna complain. They're always gonna complain.
unfortunately, I think that this game is going to like not very deeply. I guess it's a little bit of a dramatization, but I do feel like this game is not going to get the flowers it deserves.
Yeah.
I can see it getting an award at Game Awards.
I think best art
Because-
direction, easy.
Oh, easily, right? I think it could potentially do some great accolades with the compositions of the game, because the music in this game, and I'm sure Garrick can agree, is and it's
so
all
fucking good.
it's all originally written too, and you can tell because they're like the lyrics are singing songs about
They directly relate to the narrative of the game.
and while you're doing like boss fights, for example, right? The music is playing and the lyrics are like coming in during parts that the characters aren't talking, and then when the characters start talking for a cutscene, the instrumentals of the song are still playing, but the lyrics fell out so that the characters could talk. And then when you continue on with like battle or like with movement or something like that, the lyrics kick back in to like bolster what's going on in. Oh,
You want to know why that dynamic is so good?
why, Garrick? Tell me.
That the soundtrack for this game was created by the same composer who did Dying Light 2, and that has one of the most dynamic soundtracks I've ever heard in a game ever.
That's fucking
That's
so cool,
awesome.
dude. I hope that this composer gets so many projects after this, because that is the kind of music shit we love in video games, is when the music plays with you as you're experiencing the game, right? And I think that was easily my favorite part of this game, was the way that they utilize sound and music composition and how it plays, because in the South, music's so important. Music's been historically important in the South, and they're not just playing like modern R&B and shit like that, right? Which is like a complaint that I had in God, what game did we recently review?
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah. They just like randomly have moments where there's
Oh
like
yeah,
R&B like beats and like hip hop and like metal music for no fucking reason. I don't fucking know why. But like in this, they're playing bluegrass, they're playing jazz, they're playing like soul music, like and it all sort of like has its place depending on the boss battle or depending on like the event that's happening. And the like, dude, fucking bravo to the dude that made the music in this game. Like fucking impeccable, man. But to kind of like tie things off with a bow, I have some things that like I felt could have been a little bit better, because this game does try to like play as this combination of a 3D platformer along with action sort of stuff. I really wish that there were more like complex puzzles involved in some of the stuff. I wish the combat sort of was explored a little bit more, allowed you to do more things, cooler things, especially in this world where like everything else going on is really, really cool. And it sort of feels like you're kind of tied down a little bit too much. And by the time that you come to even the end of the game, all the upgrades and stuff, I don't feel like are quite enough to make me feel powerful, right? But everything else in this game is fucking rad, dude. Big ass, huge fucking boss battles, great music, just heart crushing stories, heart crushing fucking stories from front to back that I think really, really is the cherry on top. I think that them exploring these like 6 different really kind of fucked up tales that of people that you're trying to help passively, was incredible. And then having a couple of them be so close to your main character was so important in trying to like fuel this like journey forward. The writers, man, goddamn, did writers for Compulsion Games just send it fucking home with this game, dude. Yeah, man, I hope that this game does so well at Game Awards. I hope that more people play this. It's free on Xbox Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, fucking play this game, dude.
I think we should
This
no
is a good-
longer
this is a
say
good one.
free. We should just say it's on Xbox Game Pass because it is.
I mean, like
Most
it's-
people who have Ultimate are paying over $20 a month for it.
But when we save it, whatever, I'm not splitting hairs with you. Garrick, I pass the ball off to you, my friend.
Hell yeah. This was a game that, you know, like Ernell said, that we were all very much looking forward to. I remember seeing the initial trailer when this game came out and being very, very enticed by its overarching story elements that it showed off and its very unique and strong art direction. And it honestly, this game has like a lot to offer. Um, I feel like there's a ton to discuss with this game, but like before I really get into like all of the tons I feel like there is to talk about, I would like to like kind of give like my biggest criticism of this game, and it's just that it doesn't innovate in the genre, like quite literally at all. It does zero new things in the genre of action adventure. This is
Right.
the most action adventure game that is ever action adventure, like for real. I really
Right,
genuinely
right.
mean that, and I do not mean that in a negative way. I just mean that when you'll know exactly what I mean when you decide to sit down and play it. It is exactly what you would expect. The way the way your character's powers progress, down to like your little controlling buddy you get, and like the little mini adventure that like side adventure that
Crouton.
offers. Yeah, with Crouton, right? And the way your powers progress and the way you use those powers to interact with the world around you. It is all very much, this is an action adventure game following an action adventure formula. There is light puzzling, very light puzzling, meaning like you're going to look at that thing and be like, oh, that's got to go over there. And then you're just going to do that thing real quick.
Yep.
This game is incredibly straightforward in its gameplay approach. That is its biggest thing. Is it does not try to reinvent the wheel. It just uses a very, very solid foundation using everything that action adventures are good at. Simple character progression to make it to propel you through the story and give you interesting things to do as you progress throughout the narrative. There is some light abilities to explore the spaces around you, but honestly, this is a very, very straightforward and on rails sort of game, despite the beautiful and open environment around you. And it just is very much, if you've played action adventures and you enjoy that genre, it's going to almost feel like a checklist in the way that it operates in a gameplay perspective and how that affects the narrative formula. That being said, that was like the only thing that stood out, is that it just does nothing new there. Everything that it does do, it does incredibly well. The combat is not necessarily super deep, but you do have to upgrade your skills. You are encouraged to explore and find the upgrade filaments for your health. You are encouraged to learn the patterns for the enemies. Otherwise, they're going to fucking beat the shit out of you. They hit really hard. You are not like a superhuman. You are just a human that got granted magical abilities via magic of the land. Which I'm just going to use that little to roll into the next little bit here. This is a black narrative, first and foremost. This is a black narrative, and that's where this game shines. Is it knows exactly what it is, and it enriches itself in a beautiful set of characters and culture, and just steeps itself in this beautiful Southern Gothic setting, and rides that train all the way home, baby.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
I really enjoyed every aspect of this narrative. Hazel is a fantastic leading character. She is flawed and interesting and has very individual and human thoughts. I thought all of the character writing for the humans that you interact with in this game is top fucking notch. Everybody feels very real and believable. All of the mythical creatures that you meet have very interesting, albeit incredibly tragic backstories.
Yeah.
And it really enriches the world in the way that you choose to kind of traverse this narrative. And the game's very whimsical, if not dark. And it almost has like this Alice in Wonderland air about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily go in that same weird direction, but you never really know what you're going to encounter next in this game. It is a beautifully woven set of folk tales that make up this overarching story about healing and empathy, and it really makes you think, and like it makes you like there are times where I was like very upset with characters, and then Hazel would say something or give a perspective, and I was just like, oh, I feel kind of fucking shitty,
Dude.
big
Oh
shitty
my
now for
God.
having
Oh
that.
my
Like, oh
God.
God, why'd you humanize it? I don't feel great because I judged real harshly there,
Yeah.
and you
Yep.
gave me a complete 180 perspective and made me think that I should be kinder to folks. Devin.
Yeah, Hazel is kind of like a folklore therapist, if you would, because like of
And it runs deep, brother. It runs
it
deep.
runs very deep.
Yeah,
Because
there's some really
there's
fucking
many
terrible
many
things.
times that like Garrick, I had feelings about a character and I was like, yo, fuck that dude, fuck that bitch, right? And
or even
by the time,
or just fuck the way they're acting. But then like by the time you
yeah,
get to it, and you're like, oh shit,
I
you're
was like,
like, they
God
had it
damn it,
real
yeah, like, I
bad
gotta
actually.
backpedal all this. So like, God damn it, dude. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
makes for great storytelling, man.
really, it made for
Love the
great storytelling.
catfish, by the way.
Like,
Love the catfish.
dude,
Character.
not even just catfish, but the overarching set of mythological characters that encompass this game. I ate it up. Every design was unique. It was so fresh. Like how it had this stitched, like you could just tell that this was made with this culture directly in mind. Like this is Southern Black culture directly related to Louisiana and the surrounding states. Like it's so enriched in all of it, and it doesn't afraid. It's like it's not afraid to go there. Like it like while you are taking your journey with Hazel, you are also following another another character who is like a spirit or a ghost of the former Weaver, Mahalia. And she is quite literally, you are quite literally following her footsteps on a freedom trail, like actually on a freedom trail. And
That's right.
you go through broken down plantations and read these heartbreaking notes about the conditions and the livelihoods of these people and the childrenhood and the children and the hollers and the hovels that they lived in and what they did to be free just for the sake of not being oppressed. And it really invokes a lot of empathy and makes you think that you, and really doubles down on the fact that you don't know another individual's story unless they take the time to tell you, and that you should just be kind to others because you do not know what they are going through. And like that's what this game really drives home for me, and it just wraps it up in this incredibly powerful narrative that I couldn't get enough of. I wanted to be in this world longer than I could be in this world.
Yep.
I wanted to explore more of these characters. I wanted to learn more about some of the characters we didn't get quite enough of, in my opinion, at the end. Like Rue, I needed more of Rue. I
Yeah.
needed more of Rue.
Yeah.
First off, damn, why you be looking like that, Rue? Like, You
fine ass man.
with
What the
God
fuck?
damn,
What
with
the
a
fuck, dude?
with a galaxy in his right eye, just fucking
What the fuck
sauced
are you
like a
talking
nugget,
about, dude? Oh
like
my
a nugget,
god,
dude.
man.
And
Oh
like,
my
dude,
god.
and like it just the way he like his voice actor was so suave, dude. I was really here for how interesting his character was, and all of the overall encompassing world that this game created was fantastic. And I felt a little hollow inside when the credits rolled, and I knew that I
Mhm.
wasn't going to get to go back and experience that story again for the first time because the story really, really was great. I think this has franchise potential, and I think they could do some amazing things with this. I think Compulsion Games fucking cooked and ate here. And I'm really, really happy that they got to create this game in a day and age where new IPs, especially new IPs where they are driven by BIPOC individuals, is a scary endeavor for some people. And I think that this game is powerful, and I think that narratives like this deserve to be heard. And it is our sole it is our sole purpose as content creators to shine light on stories exactly like this one. Because if we do not play these games and talk about these games, these are the kinds of games that die. Or no?
I think that my general consensus with this game and sort of in contrast to both my very minimal negative feelings, if even negative at all, it was just kind of wanting more of it, versus my good feelings about it and great feelings about it even. I think generally this game is an excellent start for what could be. And because we now have this just excellent fucking world with that has been given to us with excellent world
Excellent.
building, excellent world building and environmental storytelling, and just being so narratively driven in ways that games like this uh are very rarely as narratively driven. And the ones that are the greats, right? A la God of War 2018, right? That was a very narratively driven adventure game in the same sort of realm that this is. And that was also an amazing start to what could be as well. And I think that with their foot in the door, they have the perfect setting and the perfect beginnings of something that could be a 2029 game of the year. If they come back from this and they're able to give us more of what they gave us and expand on it even more, this game franchise will be incredible.
I
Period.
need to see more of Hazel and of Catfish and of the big bad that they introduced there at the end of the narrative.
Yeah.
They keep it a secret, so I will just I'll
Yep.
Yeah,
maybe
don't spoil
that.
it for me because
No, yeah, which is why I said, yeah, it's like it's deliberately like not spoiling
Yeah.
anything there. There's some really incredible things that they could do going forward with this that like I would love to see. Like some they could do spin-offs. Dude, I would love to see this actually get animated into a film. Would would be the craziest fucking thing ever. And I think that little clip at the beginning when you boot the game up is like proof that like if somebody offered them the opportunity, I think that they would take it. There's just too much to enjoy in a game like this, and I
mean,
actually feel genuinely bad for people that cannot see the like the amount of creativity and like whimsy and just pure artistic like passion that went into a game like this.
yeah, for real. I mean, I feel I would argue that this game already looks like a movie. You know what I mean? Like straight up. This
It
is
does.
this is one of the best looking games of the year by far.
I
You
got
know,
some of the craziest and most like honestly like the prettiest screenshots I've
I saw
ever
those.
gotten from the
Yeah, they were really
cutscenes in this
good.
game.
They were really good.
Like
dude.
the lighting, the sound design, it's the music, it's all so ridiculously good.
You played on Series S. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Ernell, where are you playing?
I played on PC for this game.
PC. I started and played the game on PC. I got a couple hours in. I downloaded it on my Xbox too, so that way I can. I because I was playing it on my PC and I was just like, I don't want to play this in 4K. You know what I mean? So like,
I will say I did also spend a couple of sessions playing this on my iPad via the streaming service with Xbox.
cloud?
The cloud, and it actually held up surprisingly well. I was in my own home at the time, so just to make sure I'm clear with that with people out there listening. I played from my bedroom, sitting in my bed, getting some time to be able to knock it out because I was really trying to crunch this fucking game, dude. By the way, I 100% of this game.
100%.
100%. I found everything. I was thorough. It took me fucking forever.
You got all of the floof and all of the health elements. See, I did not do that. I thought I was being pretty thorough with my exploration for the most part, but I missed quite a few health elements.
There's a couple sneaky fuckers, dude. Like for sure. Like that. Like there's a couple that I was like, I really feel like I'm missing something here.
I got all the upgrades though.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the upgrades come along with the floofs for the individual levels and stuff. So naturally, obviously, if you find all the floofs, you're gonna get them. So it sounds like really just the filaments that you learn. Did you get all the readables?
I'm pretty sure I missed some of those too.
They're pretty easy to miss sometimes because like they don't make it very obvious, or they are.
They don't have like the glowy or sparkly like some games do.
Correct,
like you have to just kind of look for the little circle that gets that like expands so they interact. So,
yeah, dude. I being thorough and dude, and
go in
here's
houses.
The thing.
Dear God, go in every building there is.
Go in a house. If you can, Devin, spend the extra time at least focusing on getting the readables because there is thoroughly so much extra story that you get from the readables.
Every time I got a pop-up that said new lore, I left on the D-pad so fucking fast. Like left on the D-pad. Every time I got new lore.
Because
I'll try my breast to do it.
Your breast, yeah, dude. I heard that too. The readables do such a good job of expanding this story from giving us perspectives of characters that we don't meet in the game. And so it does a really good job of sort of like explaining not just the environment and how it got there, but like some people in the world that are directly involved with characters we do meet in this game and the way that those characters have affected their greater area, the people around them, right? And that's kind of like generally speaking what this game is mostly about is just how people treat each other and just really like thinking about empathy because all the tragic stories we get across this game comes down to just people lacking empathy and lacking like giving a fuck about other people. And I appreciate that so much because I feel like this game does a good job of being for everybody. Kids, adults, people our age, everything in between. And they do that so well because these stories are so relatable and so easily digestible because of like how the tragedy of the stories play out. Because Devin, as you go to play it, there's some fucked up shit in this game, dude. There's some
I know. I'm well aware of the fucked up shit. Like not in the spoiler sense, but I'm well aware that this game has a very dark tone, a very sad tone. I know it deals with TLDR for everybody. It does deal with child abuse. It deals with domestic violence. It deals
abuse, violence,
mental illness, like lots of like
grief,
kidnapping,
the whole spectrum of things that are awful things that can happen to people. I know this game touches on, which I think is also very important to touch on because people should be exposed to that. People need to learn empathy. People need to understand how people feel when they're in these kinds of situations. And from what I've heard from a lot of other people that have reviewed this game or played this game, it does a very good job portraying that.
It
And
does. It does.
and I'm sure you guys can attest to this. If you're in a dark place, maybe be careful about playing this game.
I mean,
I kind of feel like it'd be kind of healing if I'm being a little honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It has a dark tone, but the game is not cruel to the player. It just makes you think.
I think it's also important to understand too that like this game's story isn't fucked up for fucked up's sake. It's fucked up in the sense of like terrible things happen to good people.
Yes, it tells you hard things because that's the truth.
It's a testament to how good of a character Hazel is because she's approaching all of these situations and approaching all these characters coming with empathy and is saying like, listen, I know that this was fucked up for you. I know that you did something terrible. I can help you. Let me help you. And she approaches it in such a way that, oh God, I'm getting a little emotional. There's a few times in this game where it really sent it home, man, because like God, dude, like the way they wrote Hazel is so excellent in how she speaks to characters in this game in ways that I wish someone had spoken to me when I was younger and stupid and did dumb fucking things. She approaches these characters and portrays such a level of kindness that most main characters do not portray in the same way, right? And it's not cheesy, it's not corny, it's not like overdone, overcooked, or anything like that. It feels grounded. She feels like someone that legitimately cares about people. And it's beautiful, man. It really, really is. Garrick, if I may, before we kind of dive into our final, closing things here, don't say too much, but who was your favorite, person in the game? You know what I mean? Again, don't say anything. Just give me a name. You know what I mean? Story, all that jazz.
Let me make sure I get Laurent.
Yeah, Laurent's the one, dude. Laurent's the fucking one, man. God damn, what a heartbreaking story, brother. I'll tell you what, dude.
Yeah, Laurent. I was but at the end of Laurent's story, I was just like, Jesus Christ, that's not fucking fair at all. Like,
Goddamn, dude.
Yes,
Goddamn.
I would do the. God damn it! Like, there's only one character. It was legitimately you really want to feel bad for them, but like they cause so much hurt for other people that it makes it genuinely hard. You want to try, you really do. But even at the ending, dude, the ending. How did you feel about that final moment?
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, there's a thing. It's actually it is not a cut and dry ending. Like it has it's got a strong ending, but like it's one of those ones where you're just like, I don't know if that was the way to go, but that's the way it went.
I felt about that, but that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right. Host Devin, are you ready for us to do the thing?
Give me your scores, gentlemen.
Okay. Garrick, I'll let you go first. My friend.
Absolutely. As always, we do a rating scale of play it now, wait for sale, or going on Game Pass, deep sale, or give it a hard pass. Now, I will state first and foremost, this is available on Game Pass. So if you would like to pick it up for less than its MSRP, you can do that. It's retail price. But it is, I believe, only a $40 game. And it is 1,000% worth that value in its narrative alone. There are 0 performance issues with this game on the Series S, which is going to be like the lowest tier you're going to be playing it on, unless unless you're literally like on a goddamn potato PC. I think I restarted mine I think I had to restart my game one time when I had like a load hiccup going into like a cutscene, if I recall.
Yeah.
But I try not to judge those super harshly when you're on long sessions. Games behave weirdly when you get past like the longer you've had that save file open, the more likely you are to experience a bug. That's just the way it goes. And I think at that time I was like 4 or 5 hours deep, and like it just didn't want to go. And so I literally just rebooted it at the checkpoint and had zero problems going into the ending of the game. It's absolutely fantastic for its price point and what it offers and what this game is worth. Which honestly, I would argue that they could have charged more than $40 for this. But I'm maybe glad that they didn't for this sort of game, to give it the opportunity to get to a broader audience. But it's a play it now from me. Absolutely, play it now.
Yeah, man. I ran into 2 bugs the entire time I played. One was during a cutscene, more specifically the chapter book cutscene.
Yeah, that was
and
where mine hiccuped, is loading into
Yeah,
something
yeah,
else.
and it was literally just an on-screen thing. The thing still played. There was just like a weird, like sort of like squiggly, slashy line thing across the screen. But once the cutscene was done, it cleared up. The game-breaking bug that I had to have me restart the game was arguably partially my fault because I got stuck on a part because I wasn't understanding some of the mechanics behind Crouton. And I was like, okay, well, if I throw him, it won't it's not transitioning me to him. Does that mean I have to like put him down here? And so I like jumped into a section that I wasn't supposed to jump into, and Hazel got stuck. So,
You fucking would.
which by the way, if you throw Crouton, you just have to hit the left bumper and you'll transition to him. Anyways,
Right bumper, but yeah.
right bumper. Thank you. I would have paid $70 for this game, dude.
I would have paid full. I would have
$70.
paid full price for it, I think.
100%, dude. I absolutely would have. This game is play it now. It's absolutely play it now. You should play it now. All of you at home, you should play it immediately. If you, because again, this is a game that should have been $70. I would have happily paid $70 for it.
14 hours of your time if you're like really, really like taking your time with it.
I plan on
Literally,
finishing it this weekend.
14 and a half.
I have a 4-day weekend, so I plan on finishing it. So
yeah, I think my run time on it was 9.5.
Yeah,
I really wish Claire Obscura Expedition 33 was out though before I had a 4-day weekend.
Coming soon, man.
Yep, next week.
Yeah, dude, play it now. This game's incredible. You guys will not regret spending some time with this game. Really just living in this world. It is extravagant. More people need to be talking about this game. More people need to experience this game, so that when we get to Game Awards, we can all fucking read this game on.
It better get an award. I'll be so upset if it doesn't.
I'll tell you what, Devin, what's up?
I do want to say the music, some of the best music ever, like ever.
It's so good.
And you can listen to this music on Spotify or Apple Music. You can also purchase this music for yourself just straight off of Steam. They let you purchase the soundtrack on there.
That's right, baby.
I know you guys touched on it earlier, but I needed to remind people, and it adds so much to the game too, in the sound design. This game is, from what I've experienced so far, it's already like a musical in a sense. It's almost kind of like a musical.
It has some musical tendencies for sure.
Yeah. Because like it seems like each section kind of has its song. You know what I mean? And I think that's really cool.
The mythical creatures, each mythical creature kind of has like its own track.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I didn't realize it until Two-Toed Tom. That's when I really realized that. I was like, oh, he has his own fucking song, dude.
And they're literally singing Two-Toed Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, like I kind of got it with Benji, but I was like maybe it's a one-off thing. Right? No, dude, they sent it the fuck home.
No,
man.
and it's interesting because they do crazy stuff. It's not always like sometimes it's like there's like like Two-Toed Tom is just kind of like a really heavy refrain where it's kind of like Jawsy, where it's like but there are others where like it literally like will completely repeat their narrative in folk song form.
Goddamn, baby. Feels good, dude. Feels good, man.
Yep.
Anyways, Devin, I think we're good. Good, man.
Yep. I think we are as well, guys. There you have it. South of Midnight from these two boys. Play it now. Fucking play it now. I'm playing it now.
Bitch.
Play it now.
Play it now.
Guys. Please let us know what your thoughts are on South of Midnight in the comments below. Join our Discord to also let us know what you think about the game. Because this has been Good Kraken's Death Ratio, your source for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live. Oh, wait, we're not live. Duh. That you want to hear each and every week. If you liked what you heard, you can head on over to patreon.com/Good Kraken Pods, where you can get exclusive content, discounts on merchandise, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services, wherever you like to watch or listen. Yep. You can also help us level up our game by joining the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link in our description section below, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button on YouTube, and then by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio, the classiest podcast of all time, and leaving a review there. We have to go, but until next time, fuck you, Ernell.